You know, have you noticed that you've watched a podcast or you have family or you see teachers, but they're teachers in their lane, right? They're teachers in their sport, they're teachers in their career. They've become a success, but they sometimes don't have that inner wisdom to teach from the heart of hearts of where it stems from. Where's the root cause? How do you teach what you have learned, right? When I died, I didn't know for the longest time how to take my pain and suffering and my perseverance and my lessons and the wisdom passed on to me over time and all the people, all the bridges I've burnt, and how to take that from inside of me and to express it and to teach somebody the hows, the whys, the whats, the what ifs and the buts, and how to handle objections, how to deal with this. I was watching my children play, and you see your daughter or your son discovering, and then you know that your other child has been through this process for the past 3 4 years already. He's already discovered that inner success, that inner perseverance, that turmoil. He's overcome it. He's at a level now. And I said, hey, why aren't you teaching where that comes from? How do you express what you have become to somebody else to get there as well? How do you do that? You go within and you think about it. How did I how did I overcome? What lessons did I go through? At first maybe I asked a lot of questions. At first maybe I celebrated too quickly. I would create a puzzle, and every puzzle piece I put together I would say, "Oh, look, I got excited," right? Or "Look, dad." So I'm teaching my daughter. I'm saying, "Don't celebrate too quick in advance. You're not only distracting others around you, but you're distracting your own self from success." So she's indirectly learning, and now she's putting the pieces together, and she's seeing her success happen before her eyes. But before, she would put a piece and look for accountability, or look for some support, or you're always looking for somebody to cheer you on. And what I do is I strategically sabotage that. I say, I'm a little rude, but I say, who cares? That's nothing. And I kind of brush it off. But I didn't always do that to my first child, right? But the thing is, you don't have to always be the way you were with your first child, with your second child, and you observe the growth. But I give these bitter lessons and hard truths. It's not to sabotage, it's to see the inner strength that they have within. Sometimes you have to allow your fucking spirit to fight for itself. You don't, you know what I mean? Like, we have something innate ability inside of us that we don't allow in today's society to fucking grow. We're always getting defeated, or we're always looking for somebody for gratitude, to look to support us, or to help us persevere, or to show us um that we're good enough. We don't need that shit. So so you need to understand that you can't always be babying your children. You can't always be loving and supporting your children in that way. It's not that you're not. I teach to be a fucking leader from behind. You don't always have to lead from the front, right? But if you're observing somebody, you gotta learn how to lift them up in their unique way, their own ability. Sometimes they have the power. You don't have to baby them through the process. You can do what I'm doing, right? I'm belittling and I'm sabotaging, or I'm creating this indirect toxic environment, but I'm leveraging what we've gone through from early on, years ago, the way we were brought up, the way our parents, our grandparents were, but not in that sense. Not saying you're shit, you're garbage, you flush your brain down the toilet, you're a piece of shit, you're a slut like your mother, you're this, and sabotaging your children without giving them the wisdom, the teaching, the lessons. But I'm taking the perseverance of how I overcame over the years and taking bits of it without that toxicity, but I'm using some of it, but with the, you can do it. This is the reason why I believe in you. You do have the brain, you do have the power inside to do it yourself. And then I sit back and I watch and I observe, and I'll support when it's needed, but you sit back when it's not. It's like you allow your children to do dangerous things, right? Safely. I allowed my children to climb over cliffs or climb over the railing or the monkey bars or the trees and not say, oh, you're going to get hurt. I said, go ahead, you're going to fall, you're going to get hurt. Allow yourself to deal with that pain. Watch this separation happen. You and your mother and I were separating, and this is not my first rodeo. I've gone through this. This is people must be watching like I made a video and I looked a little bit sad, right? But they think, "Oh, poor guy, he's going through a separation." I appreciate the love. Everyone deserves the love. But you also have to understand that, maybe he has gone through more suffering. Not everybody walks out with a smile. Sometimes you got to walk out with that power or that emotion, right? And I love how my son does that. Shushes my my daughter when he knows. But it's the fact that if you know my story, I've gone through separations. I've gone through getting escorted by police officers. I've gone through homeless shelters. I've gone to a homeless center. I've been homeless, sleeping on the sidewalk or in a bank or in a donut shop. I've been addicted to drugs and pharmaceuticals. I've been addicted to cigarettes and crack cocaine, and I've gone through hardships and breakups through my own family relationships, but my own other relationships. I've gone through abuse. I've been there, done that, right? I've witnessed so much more. This separation that I'm going through now is nowhere near what I've gone through in the past, but it still hurts because children are involved. They're vulnerable, but I shouldn't have to feel so vulnerable because they're so fucking powerful. My children are amazing. They're going through this, and I make these videos so someone can see and be like, shed some light on for your children or for you. It's not my tears, it's my tears of joy, my happiness for you guys. When you saw my last video on YouTube where I was a little bit, it looked like I was sad talking about what I was talking about, but that tear was actually tear of perseverance, tear of love and happiness that you can overcome. You can go through this. You can. It wasn't like I'm crying because I'm crying. It was I'm crying because I know that you're crying. That was, you know, it's it was different. But sorry, my videos go like this, but um I love you, and and it's a journey. Surrender, detach, let go, and own up, accept, admit your own, take accountability of your own. Don't push it on someone else. Don't you think I want to push everything onto the ex and be like, what about you, and you're not seeing this for what it is and what you created and how you did this too, and it's also part of you, and that's all what we want to do. But point the finger at yourself and take it for yourself. They're gonna go through their life journey, their own lessons. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna hit the bumps. They're gonna go through the wake up calls. They're gonna go through it. Everyone has their own journey. We're not here to force change. If you're not ready for change, you're never gonna fucking change. Change happens on its own will. Find that will from within, and when you're ready to change, make a decision. And then you can do it too. But it takes hard work. But would you rather do hard work to make life easy, or would you rather fucking have easy and life give you hard all the time? Make a right decision.